Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Daniel Snyder, good thing that red is still up. Courtesy of Darren Hayes, who was out there in the DMV. A $7 billion offer to buy the Commanders by a DC native is still in play. Sources say the bidder can pay for the team in all cash. $7 billion in all cash? Who is it? Brian Davis, DC native. And he is apparently a black man. Okay, I'm reading the little blurb here. He would become the NFL's first black owner. His bid is still in play. Why would Daniel Snyder take $6 billion from the 76ers guy if there's a $7 billion cash offer from a DC native who also happens to be black? I'll click on this story. Hopefully there's no annoying pop-ups. Don't be no pop-ups. Don't be no pop-ups. Oh, no pop-ups yet. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's read this as a family. The Washington Commanders sale may not be finalized as reports indicated Thursday evening, according to new information. Bank of America, the group handling sale offers for the Snyder family, was still in communication with at least one of the other bidders as of 8:30 p.m. Thursday, asking if they were available to proceed with their offer, according to a source close to the deal. Get that out of here. The bid being discussed was made by DC native Brian Davis as a $7 billion cash offer. Okay, these bid details were first reported on the radio. Documents obtained by this network confirmed the financial details of the bid made by Davis on March 21st. According to the documents, Davis is offering to pay the first $1 billion to Dan Snyder within 24 hours and $6 billion within 7 days. Davis is also willing to indemnify Dan Snyder as a condition of his offer, according to the March 21st letter, meaning Davis is willing to take on any legal liability related to Dan Snyder and the ongoing investigations with the team. That's huge. That's huge. Get that out the way. Indemnify. So he's basically saying you can walk away clean, and whatever happens, I'll take the hit for you. Sources said Thursday afternoon that Dan Snyder had reached an agreement with an investment group led by billionaire Josh Harris to sell the team for $6.05 billion. The deal would be the highest price paid for a North American professional sport franchise. Forbes estimates the team is worth $5.6 billion. Wow. How's that for a Friday news dump? Here's your Friday news dump. Daniel Snyder thought he could walk away with just that $6 billion and not get no smoke on the way out. Ain't no way, if this is legitimate, which by this report it certainly seems to be, ain't no way Roger Goodell can let this $7 billion offer to buy this team by a DC native who also happens to be black. No way they could let this go. Absolutely, positively, no way they could let this go. $7 billion straight cash, homie? They tricked this off. Roger Goodell is going to go out there and take a lot of bullets publicly. He's going to have to take a lot of bullets publicly if this is true. If Daniel Snyder proceeds with the $6 billion, he turns away $1 billion more. This is the number he wanted from Bezos. This is what he wanted from Bezos. Bezos bowed out. Dude who owns the Houston Rockets, Fertitta, bowed out. Roger Goodell is going to have some explaining to do publicly. I hope Jim Trotter who's now a free agent, lights it up. Run it up on them if this happens. If they take the $6 billion offer instead of this $7 billion offer, that is one, straight cash, homie. Two, is by a local DC native who you would assume is a Commanders fan, just like Snyder is and was, or was and is. And he would become the NFL's first black owner? How are you saying no? And he's willing to take the bullets from you from Congress? He's willing to indemnify Daniel Snyder? Oh, this is wild. This T here, if we're to believe it, could be really monumental. And I didn't make the connection that this is the Brian Davis dude from Duke from back in the day. Now, there's some stuff with him and Leitner in terms of fraud back in the day, allegedly, if I remember correctly. So again, the all cash part here, I don't know if I'm rolling. But on the surface, there's absolutely no way Roger Goodell could let this happen to where Daniel Snyder does not accept this deal. Number one, the $7 billion elevates all the other owners. The team is valued at 5.6. Somebody comes in and blows you out the water and offers 7. It's very similar to Deshaun Watson with the Falcons and the other Browns, right? It's okay for them to accept higher bids, but God forbid a player is able to do the same type of, all right, I'll fall back. But in regards to this helps the owners because now all their evaluations are going to go even higher. This can help PR in terms of diversity in the NFL, even though we still know it'll be largely still a sham, but you would then have, assuming Brian Davis is one of the main investors here, a team, a franchise that has a black face as its owner. And then you have someone who is a native to the area owning the team. There's a lot of things that can go right here if this is legit.